Have you ever crossed paths with someone who, under the guise of friendship, seemed to steer your life into uncharted waters of turmoil and distress? In the intricate dance between shadow and light, it's imperative to discern the nature of the forces at play around us. Not all who wander into our lives do so with benign intentions. Some are but pawns in a darker game, seeking to divert us from our destined course. Today, we venture into the unsettling truth that certain individuals are thrust into our existence not by happenstance but by design, with the sole purpose of leading us away from our highest potential. The first sign that someone in your circle might be an envoy of darker forces is if their entry into your life marks the beginning of disruption, chaos, and confusion. Picture this: your life, once a serene river flowing towards its destiny, suddenly becomes turbulent with inexplicable storms the moment this person steps in. This isn't about minor inconveniences or the usual ups and downs of life. It's about a seismic shift in your world's harmony, where everything that once felt right begins to spiral out of control. The agenda of these individuals or groups is not hidden. It is etched in the turmoil they bring. Their mission is destruction, targeting the very foundations of your peace and prosperity. Consider how, before their arrival, your path seemed clear, your goals within reach. Yet as soon as they weave their way into your life, every step forward is countered by 2 steps back. Relationships start to fray, opportunities dissipate like mist, and your inner peace is shattered. This isn't coincidence or fate playing a cruel hand. It's the manifestation of a deliberate ploy by forces that wish to see you falter. Why would such forces target you? The answer lies in your potential, the light you are meant to shine upon the world. Your progress, your success, poses a threat to the darkness they wish to proliferate. Thus, they dispatch their agents, cloaked in the guise of friendship or love, to steer you off course. The disruption they cause is a testament to your significance. You are a beacon of light that they wish to extinguish. Acknowledging this sign is the first step towards reclaiming your path. It requires you to look beyond the surface, to question the sudden chaos that has beset your life since their arrival. Understanding that this disruption is not a natural occurrence, but a targeted attack empowers you to take action. It calls for a re-evaluation of your relationships, a strengthening of your boundaries, and a reaffirmation of your faith in your journey. Only then can you navigate through the storm they've brought into your life, steering your ship back to the calm waters of your destiny. The second sign emerges starkly in the guise of constant negativity, a relentless barrage aimed not just at the edges of your dreams, but at the very core of your spirit. This individual, masquerading as a confidant or companion, wields criticism and doubt as weapons, meticulously crafted to dismantle your aspirations. Each word they utter, each gesture they make, seems designed to erode your confidence, to paint your goals as unreachable stars in the sky, meant to be admired from a distance but never touched. You may find yourself excitedly sharing a vision of the future, a new idea, or a heartfelt ambition, only to be met with a cold shower of skepticism. That's unrealistic, they say, or you're not cut out for that. Their words, dripping with disguised disdain, are not mere opinions but arrows aimed to wound, to instill fear, and to sow seeds of self-doubt. This incessant negativity, this spirit of discouragement, serves as a clear indicator of their true intent: to stifle your progress, to keep you tethered to the ground when you are meant to soar. Why do they target your aspirations? Because your success, your growth, and your ability to achieve your dreams represent everything they are sent to prevent. Your light, your potential to influence and inspire, poses a direct threat to the darkness they wish to perpetuate. Thus they adopt the role of the naysayer, the doubter, employing negativity as their tool to keep you from stepping into your power. Recognizing this sign is crucial for your journey. It calls for you to fortify your resolve, to shield your dreams from the onslaught of their negativity. Remember, the magnitude of their resistance reflects the significance of your purpose. It underscores the need to surround yourself with voices that uplift rather than undermine, with souls that nourish your spirit rather than drain it. In understanding the nature of their negativity, you are empowered to rise above it, to reaffirm your commitment to your aspirations, and to continue forging ahead, undeterred by the shadows they cast. Your path is one of light and triumph, and no amount of negativity can extinguish the blaze of your destined achievements. The third sign manifests through an unmistakable sense of exhaustion that envelops you after interactions with certain individuals. These are the ones who, without fail, leave you feeling spiritually and mentally depleted, as if they had drawn every ounce of your energy and enthusiasm through an invisible straw. Termed energy vampires, they excel in wrapping you in a cloak of negativity and gossip, effectively transferring their burdensome, dark energy onto you. This isn't just about feeling tired after a long conversation. It's a profound energy depletion that severs your connection to your own light and vitality. When you're in the presence of such an individual, every topic of discussion seems to spiral into the abyss of pessimism. Their conversations are devoid of hope, joy, or positivity. Instead, they're filled with complaints, gossip, and a disheartening view of the world. You might enter these interactions with a heart full of light and a mind buzzing with creative thoughts, only to find yourself enveloped in a fog of heaviness and darkness. This shift is palpable, a stark departure from the uplifting exchanges you have with others that leave you invigorated and inspired. Why do they exert such a draining effect? It's because their role, whether they're consciously aware of it or not, is to distance you from your source of strength and clarity. By bogging you down with their negativity, they obscure your vision and dampen your spirit, making it harder for you to pursue your path with the enthusiasm and energy it deserves. Their presence acts as a barrier, a shadow cast over your innate brightness, attempting to dim the luminosity that guides you forward. This draining influence is a step towards liberation. It signals the need to protect your energy fiercely, to set boundaries that keep such individuals at a distance. It's about prioritizing your well-being and preserving your spiritual and mental reserves for those aspects of life that truly merit your attention and effort. By identifying and distancing yourself from energy vampires, you reclaim your space for positivity, allowing your spirit to soar unencumbered. This awareness empowers you to cultivate environments and relationships that nourish your soul, ensuring that your light remains undimmed and your journey unimpeded by the draining forces that seek to hold you back. The fourth sign is unmistakably clear in the presence of an individual who not only indulges in a sinful lifestyle without an ounce of remorse, but actively encourages you to join them in their wayward paths. This person stands as a living embodiment of temptation, rejecting outright the notions of repentance and moral accountability. Their conversations are peppered with justifications for their actions, presenting sin as not just acceptable, but desirable. They weave a narrative where consequences are ignored and immediate gratification is king, subtly aiming to dismantle your spiritual foundations. This person's influence is particularly insidious because it targets the essence of your spiritual journey. By promoting a lifestyle that is diametrically opposed to spiritual growth, they seek to sever your connection to the divine, to cloud your judgment with the fog of momentary pleasures. Their rejection of repentance is not merely a personal philosophy, but a strategy to entangle you in a web of spiritual stagnation, to ensure you remain as far removed from your path of righteousness as possible. Why would they focus on leading you away from spiritual growth? Because your evolution, your ascent towards a higher moral and spiritual plane, represents a direct threat to the darkness they propagate. Your strength, your resilience against temptation, diminishes the power they wield and the influence they seek to exert over you. Thus, they dangle the allure of a sinful lifestyle before you, hoping to captivate your senses and distract you from your true purpose. This sign requires a steadfast commitment to your spiritual principles and an unwavering focus on your journey of self-improvement. It necessitates a discerning eye, one that sees beyond the surface allure of immediate gratification to the long-term consequences of such choices. In the face of such challenges, reaffirming your dedication to spiritual growth becomes not just a defense mechanism, but a declaration of your sovereignty over your path. You are called to rise above these temptations, to align yourself with those who nurture rather than negate your spiritual progress. By doing so, you safeguard your journey towards righteousness, ensuring that no individual, no matter how persuasive, can divert you from the luminous path you are destined to walk. The fifth sign manifests through an individual who, fully aware of your commitment to walk a path of righteousness, actively encourages you to engage in behaviors that contradict your values and beliefs. This person employs manipulation, not as a blunt instrument, but as a scalpel, precisely aiming to carve seeds of doubt into the very fabric of your faith and morals. Their encouragement to sin is not rooted in a desire for companionship in wrongdoing, but in a calculated attempt to orchestrate your fall from grace. Their ultimate objective is far more sinister than mere temptation. It is to witness your failure, to then use your missteps as ammunition to discredit your faith, integrity, and the authenticity of your spiritual journey. Imagine being on the verge of a personal breakthrough or a moment of significant spiritual clarity, only to have this individual whisper suggestions of doubt, enticing you towards actions that they know will lead you astray. They might frame these suggestions as minor, inconsequential, a momentary lapse that everyone indulges in, minimizing the spiritual and moral implications. Yet every suggestion is a targeted strike, aiming to erode the foundation of your convictions, to make you question the validity and strength of your beliefs. This person's actions reveal a disturbing truth. Their intent is not merely to lead you into temptation, but to undermine the very essence of who you are and what you stand for. By encouraging you to sin, they hope not just to see you falter, but to use your faltering as evidence of the supposed futility of striving for righteousness. They seek to prove that your efforts towards spiritual growth are futile, that your faith is a facade, and that you are no different from anyone else lost in the darkness. This sign is a clarion call to reinforce the bulwarks of your faith and to reaffirm your commitment to your moral and spiritual principles. It is a reminder that the journey you are on is one of constant vigilance, of discerning the true intentions behind the actions and words of those around you. In the face of such manipulation, your resolve must be ironclad, your faith unwavering. Stand firm in your convictions and let your life be a testament to the strength and purity of your faith. In doing so, you not only protect your spiritual journey from those who wish to see you stray, but also illuminate the path for others who may find themselves beset by similar challenges. Your integrity, your unwavering commitment to your path, becomes your most powerful witness, disproving through your actions the doubts they sought to sow. The sixth sign is when a new acquaintance's presence in your life starts to isolate you from your established support networks. It's a red flag to be wary of, as this strategic isolation is often a calculated tactic to make you more susceptible to their influence. By cutting you off from those who might offer you guidance, support, or a reality check, they aim to exert greater control over your thoughts and actions. Imagine this scenario. You've met someone new who initially seems friendly and supportive. However, as your relationship with them deepens, you notice a subtle shift in your social dynamics. Suddenly, you find yourself spending more and more time with this person while gradually distancing yourself from your longtime friends, family, or mentors. At first, it might seem like a natural evolution of your social circle, but upon closer inspection, you realize that this isolation is not by chance, but by design. This strategic isolation serves a dual purpose for the individual seeking to influence you. Firstly, it diminishes the influence of external voices that might offer alternative perspectives or challenge their narrative. By cutting you off from your established support networks, they create an echo chamber where their opinions and beliefs go unchallenged, making it easier for them to manipulate your thoughts and emotions. Secondly, isolation fosters a sense of dependency on the new acquaintance, making you more reliant on them for emotional support, validation, and companionship. As your social circle narrows, they become your primary source of connection, further solidifying their influence over you. This dependency creates a power dynamic where they hold the reins of your social life, dictating who you interact with and how you perceive the world around you. In daily life, this isolation may manifest subtly, with the new acquaintance gradually monopolizing your time and attention. You might find yourself canceling plans with friends or making excuses to avoid spending time with family, all under the guise of wanting to prioritize your new relationship. Over time, however, you begin to realize that your social circle has dwindled, and you feel increasingly isolated and disconnected from those who once formed the pillars of your support system. Identifying this strategy empowers you to regain control over your social interactions and relationships. By maintaining strong connections with your established support networks and being mindful of any attempts to isolate you, you can safeguard yourself against undue influence and manipulation. Trust your instincts, seek advice from trusted confidants, and remember that healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and reciprocity, not isolation and control. The seventh sign is when someone in your life consistently makes you feel guilty or ashamed, particularly for past mistakes you've already worked hard to overcome. It's as if they wield manipulation as a weapon, targeting your vulnerabilities to weaken your spirit. You might find yourself constantly reliving past errors, feeling weighed down by the burden of shame and unable to move forward confidently. This tactic is not accidental, but rather a calculated strategy to keep you trapped in a cycle of self-doubt, preventing you from realizing your full potential. You may even begin to question your worthiness, your capabilities, and your right to pursue happiness and fulfillment. Consider this. You've made mistakes in the past, as we all have, but you've worked tirelessly to learn from them, grow, and become a better version of yourself. Yet despite your progress, this person continually brings up your past, dredging up feelings of guilt and shame that you thought you had left behind. Instead of celebrating your growth and supporting your journey, they use your vulnerabilities against you, seeking to undermine your confidence and keep you tethered to negative emotions. This behavior is not indicative of a healthy relationship, but rather a toxic dynamic designed to exert control and manipulate your emotions for their own benefit. In daily life, this might manifest as subtle yet persistent remarks about your past mistakes, accompanied by a subtle air of judgment or disapproval. You might find yourself tiptoeing around certain topics or feeling hesitant to share your accomplishments for fear of triggering another round of guilt-tripping. Over time, this constant barrage of negativity can erode your self-esteem and leave you feeling unworthy of love, success, or happiness. But remember, you are not defined by your past mistakes, and you deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift and empower you, not those who seek to keep you tethered to feelings of guilt and shame. Recognizing this manipulative tactic for what it is empowers you to set boundaries and distance yourself from toxic influences. By reclaiming your sense of self-worth and refusing to internalize the guilt others try to impose upon you, you take a powerful step towards embracing your true potential and living a life guided by positivity and self-love. As you navigate the intricacies of human connections, these signs emerge as warning beacons, compelling you to stay vigilant and discerning about the people you welcome into your life. Testing spirits and guarding your spiritual and mental well-being are not just recommendations, but imperative steps in safeguarding your soul from those who may not have your best interests at heart. Remember, your social circle should be a source of support, growth, and mutual respect, not a breeding ground for manipulation or exploitation. As you journey through life, stay attuned to these signs, trust your instincts, and surround yourself with those who uplift and inspire you. Together, let us share our experiences, learn from one another, and build communities rooted in love, empathy, and authenticity.